Greetings to each and every one of you guys once again. Welcome to the Voices of South Sudanese Women. Tonight we will be conducting our 8th episode of the Voices of South Sudanese Women. And in regards to this episode, we will discuss a lot of topics regarding parenting, single parenting specifically. So in the studio tonight, I had the privilege to invite two special guests who we all know in the community and respect so much. I would like to pass it on to them for them to introduce themselves and maybe tell you guys a little bit about their background and what they do within our South Sudanese community. So apart from that, I will hand it on to James.
Thank you. It's actually a great privilege to be here. I'm excited to be here. Couldn't wait to be here, to be honest. And I'm even more excited that I'm here with Monalisa.
Yeah.
My name is James Luak. My profession is I'm a youth advocate, advocate for youth and advocate for South Sudanese improvements and future development as well. Yeah. So I've did few HR. Now I'm starting to run my own entertainment center, which is pretty much it's gonna make a lot of noise. So I can't wait to do that.
Amazing.
We just keep moving the community to a better place.
Amazing.
Yeah, pass it on to my sister. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, James.
My name is Monalisa. So a lot of people know me, Monalisa Wuor, which is the father of my kids, the husband. And then I'm from South Sudanese, from Wuor. But to the culture, we have 62 tribe, which is all in that tribe. So I can speak a few languages from those one. Oh, wow. And a lot of people know me. I have lots of friends from Australia here. I came 1999 and I'm a mother. I have 5 kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I do a lot of things, which is very amazing. Can take my kids up higher.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of my community, which is South Sudanese community. Yeah. And then I'm so proud of who I am, because when I came, I have nothing, but now, like, I have lots of opportunity to do. Yeah. I'm a childcare worker. I'm an aged care worker. Yeah. And I have my small business, which is through the community. That's why I say I'm so proud of my community, because they're the one, they helped me to be who I am today.
Amazing. Oh, wow.
Great.
That was amazing. And as you guys have heard, Monalisa is very well respected within our community. She's just mentioned what she does in regards to her job. I'm sure you guys have seen her at a lot of events. And she's the type of individual that actually puts a smile on everyone's face. And I couldn't wait to actually have her in the studio tonight because, first of all, she's one of the women that I'm really proud of. She's a role model to me. She's someone I could look up to, someone I could actually give a call to and talk to her about anything that might be going on. So in regards to this, we will discuss our topic for tonight, and it's in regards to single parenting and how difficult it is to raise your children without a husband or a partner. So I will pass it back to Monalisa, and she can just explain how difficult it is. On behalf of every other woman, we are blessed to have Monalisa to have the courage to actually talk about single parenting, because it's something that we don't talk about a lot within our South Sudanese community. So I will pass it back to her, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode.
Thank you so much. She's my lovely daughter. She's my friend. She's my best friend.
100%.
I want to say I'm a bit shy, but I'll try my best because it's coming out from bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
Actually, when I come here, I'm the first young woman South Sudanese. I was 18 years old. I came with my husband. And then when I came here, this country was so beautiful country, and it's still beautiful country. Yeah. We're so blessed because we come here. And then I want to say something about the single mothers. Single mothers, they're very, very good. They're very strong. Yeah. They're hard worker, especially Sudanese. But there is something here, our mindset, which is back home, and our mindset here is not connecting together. Which is we need to change some of the stuff, like having connection with your kids, talk to your kids, what do they need, have a friendship with them, get along with them, have a joke with them. In back home, like the kids, they stay themselves, like they go and play.
Yeah.
But here is everything together, you know, like you're living in the house with your kids,
100%.
which is the door closed,
Yeah.
you know, the backyard closed, the front door closed, just in one place. So that's why we have a lot of issue with our young kids and young mothers, which is included. I'm the one too. I can say like I went through a lot. I'm a single mother of 15 years.
Wow.
And I'm so proud of my community, which is like they say in South Sudan, when your husband left and you have your brothers-in-law
Yeah.
or you have your community, that means he's still there. So I was controlling myself for that. But last year, during the coronavirus, you know, 2019, everything changed.
Yeah.
And when everything changed, like I have the my mindset changed
As well, yeah.
as well, because you know the mindset is which is like the culture we have. I was taking it easy, like I said, okay, the life is like that. Something will change and all this thing.
Yeah.
But it's the first thing I want to say, because when you want to do something, you do it to yourself first, and then you can go out
Yeah.
to the community. So me, I have a lot of connection with my kids. They are my friends. So, and that place you can go out and then do something else for the for the community.
Yeah.
So it's the thing I want to say for the young mothers. They go through a lot because there is no
Support.
there is no support, which is like husband and wife
Yeah.
share thing together. Here we can take the culture of white people.
Yeah.
I can say white people.
Yeah.
So white people, if you broke up with your wife and you have kids, you can go out with your wife because of the kids.
Yeah.
But here, like when you broke up with your husband or you broke up with your wife, so that means like everything
That's it.
is
That's a done
that's
deal.
it, that
That's a
done
done
deal.
deal.
Hawajats do co-parenting.
That's done deal.
But it's not end of the world.
Co-parenting.
To me especially, I can say a lot of people, they know me. I don't have a husband for many years.
Yeah.
But my husband, which is the father of the kids, is my best friend.
Of course.
So today, if there is something, I have to share with him.
Yeah.
You know, and we have something calling like you have to agree with something. Our kids, we don't agree. So our kids, when they have problem, so they get something from their dad, different thought, different
from
thought
you,
from
different.
from mom.
Yeah.
So there is no connection, you know. So our kids, a lot of them, they're not a bad kids. We have a lot of beautiful kids. You know, they have some very good goals and all this thing, but we have to acknowledge them.
That's it.
Like me, my kids, I used to say negative, but there is two things. There is negative and positive.
Positive.
100%.
And there is something in South Sudanese, when you have 5 kids or 6 kids, when one of the child do something good, you say, you have to be like that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first child. Always.
You have to do like that person.
Always.
But my kids, they tell me, Mom, please don't do that to us because I'm not that person.
Yeah.
You know, so when you want to judge me, you judge me who I am.
Yeah.
Don't judge me because that person did that. Or I say, okay, oh, that person, he did good. You have to do good.
Yeah.
It's, for example, we have 5 fingers. Our 5 fingers is not the same.
No.
That is the human being.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so we have to change our mindset.
Yeah.
Our mindset is supposed to be here.
Yeah.
This is our destination.
That's it.
To me, myself, I'm not going to live here, but my kids, they're going to live here. They need a good future. They need a good support, but the support will come from the parents.
Yeah.
Which is, even though you broke up with your husband or your wife, doesn't mean it's not end of the world.
Yeah.
It's not end of the world. No. You have to have like communication because of the kids.
100%.
That's why we have a lot of issue with suicide with the kids. We have a lot of issue like for the mentally, you know,
Yeah.
because there is mentally, physically,
Yeah.
all these things we have to put them together.
Yeah.
So ourselves, sometimes we are in stress. Yes, our kids, they're going to have a stress because the mom and dad, they're not connected.
Yeah.
Even though you bring them to the world, it's not to have a problem. You bring them to the world like to do things for them, you know.
Yeah.
So I teach my kids, I'm a role model for my kids.
Yeah.
Because I tell them I'm a hard worker. I'm working hard because I want you to work hard like me, you know.
In life.
So in life, I don't want you to go work like as a cleaner, you know, as a HK worker, because that work doesn't suit you, you know.
100%.
But sometimes our kids, they don't want you to push them, you know. So you have to ask them, what do they like? Because they have their own opinion, you know.
100%.
But our opinion, in our mindset, we're pushing them to do what we want. But we have to do what do they want.
It's good that you brought
You know?
that up. That's a
Love
good. That's a
that. I
good
love
point.
that.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Amazing.
So like me, I have a lot of change, a lot. Sorry, like I lost one of my son last year during the coronavirus, and my heart is broke. This is my first day today to have all this makeup on, and I have lots of blessing come too through him, because I take the role model from him. He's my son, he's my husband, he's everything to me. Because when his father left, he told me, Mom, I don't want you to feel like you don't have a husband. You know, we are here for you.
100%.
You know? So, and he's good. Like, we share things. Like, I love to go outing. I like to go dinner. So he said, Mom, 1 week is you, 1 week is me, you know. But make sure...
Share it equally.
So make sure, like, when you go out, if you're in clubbing, I don't want you to go there. So that's why we share the time, you know.
Yeah, respect.
Definitely respect. Yeah.
So when this thing happened, like you lost your son because of the suicide, they say, oh, there is something there. But he's a man, you know. He got 2 kids. Everybody have stress.
Definitely.
You know.
100%.
And he's that kind of person. He's very open, you know. Like when he got a temper. Yes, of course. Everybody have his own
Anger
personality, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to see my side.
So you don't want to see. Yeah. So your person. I have a beautiful personality. I'm not saying it because just I'm
yeah,
this,
right.
You know?
I will have to disagree on that
one. Agree to disagree.
So it's my personality. I can take you who you are.
Yeah.
You know, with your mindset. So if you're a bad person, I will just pretend and put myself in your label.
That's it.
Definitely.
Because I have to know you.
First.
I have to know
what
is inside in your heart, you know? Because, you know, you can see it. But everyone, when you see someone with the personality, if you are very clever, you can read the personality with the face.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
So my personality, I get along with anyone. I have lots of friends.
Just like James Locke.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm happy today having him here. So actually, I'm the one request for that interview today.
Yeah.
You know, because they say like Sudanese women, they're not good women. The Sudanese kids, they're not good kids. You know, they don't have nothing. We do have a lot of things, you know.
Yeah.
But we don't have support from the 2 parenting side.
Figures, yeah.
You get me? Like me, my husband left like 15 years ago. But when I have a problem with my kids, I have to call him privately and tell him we have to agree, you know?
Yeah.
So we have to agree. Whatever I say, you have to go and tell him. Whatever you say, you have to.
So the kid don't pick one side.
Yeah.
Like, and then later on, he will say, oh, which side I will go. He's not going to get confused, you know?
Exactly.
He will say, oh, my mom is already agree with my dad, you know? So what I'm going to do, so we have to have like, we put our hand together as a team.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's not end of the world. You can have another husband. You can have another wife.
That's it.
Because, you know, like in life, like me to myself, like my first baby, I was 15 years old.
Wow, very young.
And then I say, in my life, I'm not going to have another man. Because I love my husband so much.
Yeah.
And he loved me so much till now, you know. And then like when I see, and then I say, oh, I have kids, you know. So what I'm going to do now to my kids. But I'm going to teach them they have to be very strong, independent.
Yeah, that's it.
Independent, they have to do their school, you know. Even sometimes you don't have a school, like white people, they don't have a school, but they have their own business, you know. So they succeed. There's a lot of people that are rich people. They didn't go to school.
They didn't go to school.
Myself, I don't have education very well, you know. My education just a little bit can take me for living for today and tomorrow, you know. But I need my kids to be something, you know. So our kids outside, they need help, which is they need help in two sides.
Yeah.
Two sides is the mother and the father.
Father, 100%.
Even though today you broke up with your wife, don't take your wife as your enemy.
Yeah.
I take my husband is like my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
Because
I take
things
him
happen
like-
in life.
There's
Things
a lot of
happen.
things happen. It's not end of the world, you know.
yeah.
So I'm a happy person, you know. Like sometimes if I have something in life like very difficult, I take it as a happiness because I know like in life today you can do good, tomorrow you can do bad, you know. So in life you have to feel who you are inside. So in life you have to take your decision, not other person's decision.
Yeah.
And don't judge people because nobody can judge us, only God.
That's it.
Like myself, sometimes I cry, but I can sit down and ask God.
Yeah.
I say, God, where are you? I can't see him. But tomorrow when I wake up, there's a lot of things change, you know.
Amen.
So
That's
I
so
have a
true.
smile on my face,
Hallelujah.
you know. And I have a phone call from someone who's taking me out for lunch, you know. And
I say
have
amen to that.
You deserve it. I'm not going to lie.
No, but actually, like,
You deserve it, Mon. You really do.
sometimes when I see my phone, I have
at
some money
glowing.
coming out in my phone. And then when I see that, it's not from boyfriend, it's from my
Hard,
kids,
Yep.
from
Hard
my
earned
best
work.
friend,
Yep.
from my close friends,
Yeah.
you know, which is, you know, from South Sudanese.
Yep.
I have lots of friends from Denka, from Shilluk, from
Yeah.
Anua, from,
'Cause
you know,
we
all
don't-
those 62 tribes, I have friends from them.
Yep. No tribalism.
There is no.
end of the day, like I always
Not
say,
at
we're
all.
all South Sudanese.
That's it.
If a white
Under
person
the
can't
same
tell the
conti-
different, we
yeah.
shouldn't tell the different.
Under the same continent. So,
And then is the thing is like in life you have to ask yourself. You know, you have to give yourself your goal. You have to do it to yourself.
yeah.
I'm asking myself, what is my destination? You know, I have to ask myself who I am, because you know yourself who you are.
Yeah.
You know, and then from there you have to share it with your kids. I do share things with my kids, even if I'm going out. I tell them, look, guys. But I'm not going to give them full details.
I love it.
Just give him a short note, little memo.
Short description.
I'm closing the door. I'm going to the car. Bye.
I always share things with my kids, you know, because I have like 6 teenagers at home, you know,
Wow.
and I want
That's a lot of
them
work,
to be
man.
the
That's
happy
a lot of
happy
work.
people, you know, because here, as a African, we have a culture which is you have to say no, but not all the time for the teenagers, you know.
There has
Like-
to be a yes.
My kids, all these teenagers, all of them, they have one slap.
Wow.
But that one
I better
slap,
move a little bit.
but from one slap is when they turn 18.
Yeah.
So they can see side of me.
Yeah.
Introduction.
A different side.
You get me?
Introduction.
Because
Introduction.
sometimes teenagers, they come in a different way when you open the door, you know. And then me, I'm that kind of mom, like I talk. I love talking.
Questions.
But there is something here.
Yeah.
When you talk to them seriously, you have to sit down on the chair, not up.
Yes.
Because when you sit down on the chair, then you can see side of them, you know, like already they become adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not kids anymore, you know. Like my kids, I teach them, I touch them, which is like if I'm doing something wrong,
You
even
tell
something
me.
bad, they have to say, Mom, you're doing something wrong.
That's it. Yeah.
Mom, I'm not happy. You know, but they know me. I talk a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so and I tell them when they need something, they can't hide it from me. And then if you do something, even something bad, you have to tell me
Yeah.
because I'm the one gonna stand there for you.
At the end of
You
the
know,
day.
end of the day. And I have a rule in my house. My rule is if you go somewhere, I have to know your address, where you're going. I have to know who's your friends. I have to know, you have to give me the phone number,
Yeah.
not fake one. And you have to tell me what
Not
time are you
1-800
coming.
mom and dad.
So you have to tell me what time are you coming back.
Yeah.
Because this country, there's lots of things happen. I don't want like tomorrow or this in 5 hours, they will knock the door. They will say, "Oh, you know what? This thing happened to your kids."
Yes,
100%.
Really, it's a
Yeah.
Very
broken
scary.
heart.
No,
Very
it's the
scary.
scariest thing.
It's a broken heart because in our community, we have very good community. So I remember a long time ago when I come here, we used to do our barbecue, you know. Like
Yeah, at
now-
Oakley Park.
Yeah.
I miss them barbecue, bro.
Those events.
So now it's actually you can't smell the smell
meat
of,
anymore.
The meat, you know? Only you can smell the meat. The smell of the meat is chicken from your neighbors.
Yeah, that's it.
You know. But the community, any country, when the people, the population, when it's grow, is the problem start.
problems.
Yeah, issues.
You know, the issues start. But I want to say, as a young mom, which is if you have five of you or 6 of you, you have to put your hand together as a team.
Yeah.
They say like when you say your problem to somebody else, you will go and then spread it out in a different way. You know. Yeah, it do happen in our community, which has
lot.
broke my heart a lot.
A lot.
So today, if my sister have a problem, an issue, rather I fix it,
Yeah, you'll go tell
I
someone
will
else.
go and then just rule it.
Just like
You
Channel
know?
7 do all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the life is like in Australia, especially here. This country is very blessed country.
It is.
Very good country. You can do your own thing. Even if you are not working, Centrelink can help you.
Yeah.
You know. But it's the problem. Our main problem is between man and a husband. Man and a husband. That's why our kids end suicide and killing themselves. Because there is no teamwork
Yep.
there.
No strong communication.
So you
either.
can say like this woman, she's very strong, and I broke up with her. I'm not gonna have communication with the kids. No, you're doing it to yourself. This
are.
kid didn't come by themselves in the
Yeah,
world.
That's
Yeah,
so
definitely.
true. Yeah.
So you have to do your part as a father. You know, like my kids.
I think that's a good. Sorry to cut you. I apologize. My bad. But you brought up a very good point. I think what men need to really understand is there's a difference between a relationship with your wife and there's a difference between a relationship with your kids.
Your kids.
Now, Western world, especially Western world here where we live here, it's a very hard environment because law tend to lean toward females a bit more.
Let's be honest.
But there is also a contradiction between the two. Because if you look at it, when there is a breakup, just like Monalisa mentioned it so many times, when couple break up, usually woman takes the burdens of the kids. And that's why governments support them because they are looking after the kids 100%. Now, what fathers are lacking is sooner you see the woman
She's achieving
is taking responsibility of the kids.
Exactly.
Now, this is where men become men. This is where men become. And I'm a man. This is a man perspective.
yeah.
So what I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna say it because I hate men, because I'm men.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not gonna say it so I can, so I can actually win woman
It's
heart.
awareness.
No,
It's
it's too late for me. My book's already ready. It's already full. You know, so I'm not here to make anybody happy. We're not here to make anybody happy. We're here to talk about facts.
Yeah.
And we're here to talk about problems, and we're here to talk about solutions.
That's it.
You know,
That's
so
it.
man tend to see, okay, the only way that I can control this woman is put all the responsibility on her.
Yeah.
But what men don't understand, women,
Just he forget he got
they're
kids.
multitask.
He forget he
Yeah.
got kids.
Yeah, they
Women,
do
they're
forget. They do
multitask.
forget.
This is advice for my brothers. Trust me. If women have 10 kids and she want to move on with another man, there is absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So stop wasting your time and wasting your kids' time just to put all the burden on her so she can struggle. That women are built not to struggle. They're multitask. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So us men, we really need to understand that our relationship with kids is very important, regardless of our relationship status. If we are together as couple, we need to train our kids to be a better man and better woman.
Give them
And if
love.
we are not
Yeah.
together as couple, we still need to carry on that responsibility.
That's it.
And make sure we raise kids, strong kids.
That's it.
This is a bad side of men. Now let me get to the bad side of women. You know, because I'm here in the middle of women here. You know, it's heating up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's heating up.
We got this.
But
we have to be equal. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's it.
in order for us as a community, like, let's be honest, because we are here to talk about our issues so we can solve them.
Honesty
You
is
know what
the
I mean?
key, yeah.
Simple mathematics. If you want to solve a problem, you need to identify the problem. You can't solve something that you don't know.
That's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with women, they carry so much burden just to prove to a man that I can take the responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in our community, a lot of single mothers doing that. Now, they're not only putting so much stress on themselves, but they're also stressing out the kids.
Yeah.
Because trust me, every child need a father.
Yeah.
And every child need a woman and a mother. You know? So if men can produce by themselves, then the world wouldn't have women. If women can produce logically,
exactly.
a woman
It's true, yeah,
can
it's true.
produce
So
kids by
true.
themselves,
Yeah.
then men are not needed.
Yeah.
In English, it's said it takes two people to bring a person in the world.
To tangle.
It is responsibility of two to raise that child, regardless of their relationship circumstances.
Yeah.
And, you know, my sister said it all. I let her continue. I just want to bring that point apart. And, there's more to come.
As my brother say, actually we work as a team.
All the time for the last
all
20
the
years,
time.
mate.
You know, I'm a young mother.
I'm a young father.
But
So-
I'm older than you.
Not that old. Probably only come.
You know, like this year, just God bless me. Last year, I was in stress. I lost my favorite son.
I lost a brother
And,
too. It's very hard
yeah.
for the family.
It's been tough for the community.
that person is like, I don't know. I don't want to be emotion, which is because in other way, God bless me.
Yeah. You
For
got
the
this,
baby,
honey. You got
which
this.
is, I go to the cemetery always and I ask him, please, could you ask God to give me a baby? And it will be like you, you know?
100%.
And then he gave me a baby boy.
Wow.
Oh,
So because he used to tell me, Mom, I don't want you to have a baby because you are grandma, because he got two beautiful
two
kids,
beautiful
you know?
kids,
yeah.
And then I said myself, I'm not going to have kids. But I said, no, I'm still young. One day I'll have a kids, you
That's
know?
it.
God bless you with one now.
And
Congratulations.
in that part, my heart was not broken because he's there for me.
Yep.
I didn't think about the father of the kids because, you know, there's a gap there, but he can fill up that gap, you know? Because when there is a gap, when there is a hole and there is a wind outside, you know? So if you didn't close it or you didn't fill it up,
The
you
wind
know,
will come through.
the wind will come through,
100%.
you know? But when my wind like is open, I have to close it up again.
You have to.
I have to stand up and I have to say to myself, you can do life better than who you are before.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
So, and I do have communication with my kids at home. I say, it's not end of the world because your brother's gone. Everybody have his own time, you know, in life.
Yeah.
So it's when your time come, that's it. You know, we can't do anything about it.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
But in life, when you have a wife, when you have a husband, or when you have a wife, you have to treat your wife as you treat yourself.
That's it.
100%.
Because when you treat yourself, you're not going to treat yourself badly.
No.
You're going to treat yourself as special.
Yeah.
You know. And then later on, when you broke up with your wife, doesn't mean it's end of the world. It will be end of the world when you don't have kids with her.
Yeah.
You know, because you're gonna have another family. But when you have the kids with her, you have to have a communication. You know, you have to give that love for your kids. You know, maybe she's gonna have another life. You know, she's gonna have another house or something. But your kids, you have to remember, you have kids with her. You know, so and that kids need both sides.
Yeah.
Like my kids, all of them, they're not the same. You know.
100%.
They are not all the same. Like I have my daughter, she's in love with her father so much,
Yeah.
you know. But she says she's so disappointed because his dad went to South Sudan.
A lot of kids, thousands of South Sudanese kids are so
It was-
disappointed as
they
you
are.
speak now.
That thing
that's
broke
so
my
sweet.
heart when my daughter said, I'm so disappointed of my dad. I can see there is a love of, you know, a girl, which is love his
For her
dad
father.
so much.
And for
her
a
father.
woman, sorry to cut you,
Yeah.
us women, we really need our fathers in our lives. There is bits and pieces that they do teach us along the way. And for me, I've never grew up with my father around. So it was very difficult.
But you can
My
feel
mother
the
was a
love of-
single parent herself, but I still loved him
Yeah.
deeply, you know.
So in that case, which is like the community have to do something about it. You know, we're not doing anything about it.
Trust me, that's why we're here. We'll do something
We're not
about
doing
it.
something. We're not doing just the thing I can
We'll
see
do something
we're
about
doing.
it.
Only the thing I can see we're doing when we have a funeral. When we have a funeral, then we can say, oh, we have to support ourselves and put our hand together. But this is not the point.
Yeah.
It's the point we have mental health.
Yeah. Mental health issues.
Mental health issue.
Yeah.
We need some money. We have kids in jail, you know.
Yeah.
We need to have our own lawyer.
That's it.
You know.
That's
so
it.
we have to have something like putting hand together as a teamwork.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest majority in this country, which is I say is Denka and Wuor. And these people they are very good people. They can do something. But when they want to rule something, they can rule it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So to us as a woman, we don't have any problem, you know. So I have lots
so
of.
we have problems.
Yeah.
Like us men have problems. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying that because the politics, you know, the politics which is
The table is going to be hot tonight.
the politics which is take us down, you know.
Yeah.
Like for example, I'm from Wuor and my friend, she's from Denka.
Yeah.
Two of the husband in South Sudan. Yeah. So both of them, they are not the same politics, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it's different.
You know,
Yeah.
it's different. And then from there, it will go to between me and you, and then it will go to the kids. Even our kids, they don't know that. They don't know like tribe.
I think
Tribe. Yeah.
I think we covered this question completely.
So we don't know tribe, you know. They don't know tribe, which is we know tribe, you know. So from there, the politics when it went, especially when I came here long time ago, 1999, we have like South Sudanese community, which is I think maybe is only 20 family in this country. Yeah. So from that 20 family, now I think we have more than I can't count them. You know, so we do our thing together, you know. So when we have someone coming, we pay for the ticket. When we have funeral, we just pay for the funeral. When we have a barbecue, we put our hand together, $10 and all these things. But it's not there anymore, which is love of the community.
Mate, to be honest with you, I miss them days.
It's missing. Yeah.
Having Barbie every weekend was
right.
awesome, mate. Now
It's all
you
quiet.
have to get your own meat.
Yeah, so now it's like it's my heart broke for the community, which is like when we have a problem, which is our kids' problem. I can say the women, they don't have problem now, but their heart is broke. Their heart broke because they're the one lost their kids, you know.
It goes both ways, to be honest. You guys forgetting that I'm here.
I can say that because the mom, she's the one doing the big part.
Minister Habibti, let me explain something here. Sorry to cut you. Another
problem.
problem that you women don't actually recognize. Us men, we love our kids, man.
I want to come
like
to
we
that
love
point.
our kids.
No,
we really love our kids.
Look, listen to me. I want to come
Seriously.
to that point, which is you can see I can put the aside of women, but I want to come to that point, which is there is some women too that are very careless and heartless.
Yeah, of course.
And selfish. You get me?
Yeah.
Like if your heart is broken, you say, "Oh, I will show that man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show him."
Do you know how they do that? By keeping our kids away from us.
Oh.
No, it's not all of them.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Some,
But 10%.
some. Yeah.
Look, 10. You're not wrong, yeah? You're 100% right. And that's why we're on the table here to discuss these issues.
Of
So
course.
we can come to a suitable solution and understandable solution that is fair.
Yeah.
This Western society, there's a lot of struggle. Yeah? Some men take advantage of women role model for their kids.
Yeah.
And they just lack with responsibilities. I grew up with boys that have kids and they go for 10, 15, 20, almost, like I know guys that went for 7 or 10 years not seeing their kids. And the excuse is, their mothers give me a hard time. Like seriously, bro? You're gonna sacrifice the time that God's give you to spend with your kids just because this woman is pissing you off or she's a smart ass?
You have to
You
do
know what I mean?
something.
We really
You
need to
do.
take our responsibility as men.
Yeah. Yourself. Yeah.
Like I have kids.
Yeah.
I know how far I can go to fight for my kids.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's a topic for the next question. We'll keep going.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mon.
Oh yeah, I can see my brother. He said maybe I'm taking side of women. Actually, I'm not taking side of women because I've been single mothers for 15 years. I can say that, And I'm still there.
I've been single father for 30 years. So.
Yeah, I know, but you know,
Just
like,
kidding.
you know,
Sorry,
like,
guys, that was a joke.
you know, like, it's not that easy as a woman. You know, men and women, they're not the same.
Yeah.
100%.
There is some women that are very weak. And there is some women that are very strong.
That's so true.
Me, I used to be weak too, but I say no to myself. You have to say no to yourself.
Be strong
it's
for your
you.
kids.
You gotta be strong.
You have to be strong for your kids.
100%.
You know, like me, a lot of kids outside there, actually, they lost a lot of love from their parents.
Yeah.
So from there, you say, no, I don't want to be in a side. I don't want to take side of mom. I don't want to take side of dad. Just let me be whatever I want to be, you know. That means you can go outside, you can find your own group, you know, which is friends to friends. There are friends that are very good, you know, and there are friends that are not good.
You have a good friend, there's a bad friend. And have a bad friend, there's a good friend.
When you say no to yourself, you can hang out with those bad friends, you know, and you can't be bad.
Yeah.
You know, me, I go anywhere. Even if there is a room of devil, I can go.
Yeah.
But I will come outside.
You trust yourself.
Like who I am.
Yeah.
I trust myself.
Yeah.
You have to do something which is, what did you like?
Yeah.
Not because of someone, you know. That's why I say there's a lot of women, they don't know how to deal with their kids,
They don't.
you know. So they're afraid how to talk to their kids, you know. So from there, like, you have to wake up, you know. You have to push them. You have to love your dad. You have to know your dad. Because when they grow up later, you know, they will take side of you. Don't say, Mom, you are the one make us to be like that, you know. Because you know, the kids, when they say kids, they're not kids. Because, you know, the memory go when you grow up, you know. Like my kids now at home, sometimes when it's the Father's Day, I say, hey, you have to call your dad.
Yeah.
You have to say Happy Father's Day.
Honestly. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And sometimes I call him, I say, hey, how are you? And all this thing, you know? We talk. We do have communication. Because, you know, I have to show this, you know, because what? Because I have to have a love for my kids.
Yeah.
Because the connection we have, you know? So without him, I can't have that kids 9 months in my tummy. Like my brother say, you know, the man can't have kids by themselves. You know, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, because the woman, you have to have connection, which is between men and women.
That's it. To produce.
I think you made a good point there because like look, when relationship comes to an end, it's not easy for men or women. I know we hide our feelings. Like, let me speak on behalf of the men. You know what I mean?
I know you guys. Oh
we know how to hide our feelings.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? In Africa,
they got jealous so much.
In Africa, it's so easy for men to take away their kids because this is our custom.
Because I went through it.
You know what I mean? In Africa, when relationship comes to an end, the man has power to take the kids. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
So they really feed the jealousy, the ego by having their kids.
That is my point.
Now, on the Western world here, the game has turned around.
Yeah.
The table is flipped now.
Yeah.
So woman has the power to take care of the kids as a responsible parent. For men to actually, you know, to be honest with you guys, it's not even about being jealous or not, it's lack of responsibilities.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a lot of fathers
that's what I'm saying.
who use their ego, their selfishness, and their self-jealousy to stay away from their kids based on what woman went through or what he went through. You know what I mean? But technically, the truth behind it, they just don't want to be responsible fathers. It's easier to kick back with your friend, sleep whenever you want to sleep, wake up when you want to wake up, go to club when you want to go clubbing, kick back when you want to kick back, but while that woman that never asked to have for you to have your kids suffering at home. You know what I mean? So there is no explanation in the world that can actually be reasonable enough to say, you have the right not to be father of your kids. You know, to me, it's all BS. Because even if you are blind father, you have relatives that can bring your kids to you and feel their hands and hear their voices. So there is no reason, there is no excuse that I can give to men at the moment that you're doing the right thing by not seeing your kids. You know what I mean? And it's really heartbroken that a lot of women are suffering due to men irresponsibility.
They're running away from responsibility.
You don't tell me, I really can't see my kid because I don't like her. Like, really? You're jeopardizing your kid's life and you're spending years that you're not even promised when you're going to die because you just don't like her attitude. It's the dumbest excuse that a man can give to a society, a community, or a woman, or mother of your kids to say, I don't want to see my kid because of your attitude. Come on, grow up.
Wow.
Oh
So
my
I
God.
will just go back to a couple of important points that Monalisa mentioned earlier on about how she communicates with her children around the house. Clear communication with your kids is actually very important. Another thing she mentioned was in regards to how she's made her children her best friends, which allows her and the kids to feel comfortable to go to her and talk to her about a lot of things. Clear communication and actually showing love to your children and just allowing them to actually go through their own pace is really important. So I just wanted to add that in because this is getting very heated.
Oh, mate, you have no idea. The jacket is going to go off soon.
So back to you, Mon.
Yeah. As I say, I love to work with youth, which is young men, young women, all these
Yeah,
things.
these youngs.
Yeah,
We are old
and-
now. You and we are
And I
old.
like to
We
go.
are the
I
next
like
generation.
to. I like to go along with them, which is I do something they like.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like to judge.
Yeah.
You know, because judgment is really that's why our community down.
That's
Yeah.
where the evilness comes
That's
from.
why
Yeah.
the evil come.
Yeah,
You
judgment.
know, myself, I don't have a good car. I don't have a house, but as long my kids are happy,
That's all that matters.
as long my kids they go to school, as long my kids they have lunchbox in the lunchbox, you know, as long my kids when they come home they can open, which is wow, I have food to eat, you know, and then from there I can move on because I know tomorrow when they grow up they will do something to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep, 100.
So myself now sometimes I wear Gucci stuff.
Oh,
I have my
Gucci,
phone.
Gucci,
This is
Gucci,
from my
Gucci.
daughter, you know.
Yeah.
So my
Independent
kids,
lifestyle.
yeah, you know, I'm so proud of my kids. You know, you have to be proud of your kids.
You
You
got
have to show them.
Yep.
Don't hide yourself. Don't hide what they're doing.
It's
You know?
important to show.
So my kids, they go clapping. This is judgment come from our community.
They're old enough. They're old
know-
enough
You
to
know what?
do
You
that.
know what pissed me off? Sorry to cut you.
They're
People,
old enough.
these parents. Now I'm jumping around from men to women and parents and grown folks.
You go for it.
We have seniors in our community. Like when I say seniors, I'm talking about my mothers or my grandmothers or the oldest one. The
Yeah,
seniors.
yeah.
They
The
don't know
elders.
city. They are so conceived by what they hear about from others that city
Yeah.
is the worst place to be.
To be, yeah.
Man, CBD is the place for life. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
people goes there to work. People goes there to study. People goes there to learn about entrepreneurship. People goes there to learn. So when just like Monalisa said earlier, when they hear that your kids go to the city, oh my God, these kids are bad kids. I heard they went to the city. You know what I mean? So is that their problem? No, it's not their problem.
It's
It's,
not
a
the
community problem because they're not educated. I don't even remember the last time we took our seniors in a bus to show them what city look like. Not going to change. When our generation take over this leadership, we're going to change that. And that's why we're coming. We're coming very soon.
So in that case, you have to give them what they want because it's generation.
Yeah.
Our generation
It's different.
is
to
different
our
to their generation.
one. Yeah.
You know, me, I started cooking when I was 7 years old. But
We got teenagers here that can't even
Yeah.
cook eggs.
I'm so proud of myself.
Seven.
Someone raised me up, and I'm so proud of her, and I love her so much.
Yeah.
She's my cousin, you know. She took me when I was 7 years old from my mom. In that case, maybe when she hear that, maybe she will be not happy because always I love to say it. I say, oh, she treat me bad.
Yeah.
But she didn't treat me bad.
It's in our
I become
culture.
who I am today,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
So responsibility, I check, which is when I was so young.
Mom,
and I'm so proud of her.
Nia
I think
con guard yeah. Ma we did on it. La we look ni
I know.
La
So I'm so proud of her. So
Yeah.
in that role model,
I wish I could look
I
at
take, I take a bit,
knock.
which is, I take a little bit from there, from her, and I take a bit from myself,
Yeah.
and I take a bit from this generation. So I mix it as a cocktail.
Yeah, man.
You get me?
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Oh wow, Mom.
Let's get it.
So I say that I'm very, Me, I'm very open person.
This is why I love you, Mom.
I'm very open person, you know. Sometimes I got a temper. Sometimes I get upset.
Of course.
But sometimes I say no to myself, you know. Even my kids, they know me, you know, like when I'm cooking, I have to open my music louder.
Enjoyment.
So, and then I have to, you know, I do my I listen to young music myself. Actually, you know. I love to join myself, you know. But sometimes when they do their own music, long time ago I used to judge. But now the years and years and years I changed.
Blend in.
So when someone put that rap music and wear all this mother, what all these things, I don't want to say it because I don't want to be rude, you know. Sometimes I get angry inside. But in other way, I'm happy because my son is doing whatever he wants, you know, as long he's not doing it outside. I'm so proud of which kids when they do something inside in their house. Yeah. Because instead you know your true color. Yeah. Don't show it outside.
Show it inside.
Show it inside, and then it will go outside.
That's it.
You know.
That's it.
Like I love to be myself.
That's a very good point.
Know? Yeah. So like, if I'm going out today, I will whatever I wear, just feel me comfortable. I'm happy. You know. And then whatever they say, let them say.
It's because your life.
You are not a bad person.
Yeah.
You're trying to control yourself and you're trying to make yourself happy because who you are. You know. So your personality is very important in a community.
And then we'll close it off.
And then our community, we have to put our hand together.
Yeah.
We have 1,000 kids in jail. That thing we have to talk about it. Which is 100%. We have our brother. James, he know a lot about them.
Yeah.
Me, I do go to a station. When I find the kids, I don't leave them behind.
No.
You know, I pick them up. But the first thing I tell them, are you hungry? Do you want something to eat? When they say they
next time money, I tell you where I am.
I say no.
You pick me up. You take me to Nando's and stir it up.
So I just have about 2 questions to ask in regards to the topics and discussions that we have spoke about tonight. So the first one is, what are the main factors that contribute to youth crime within our community? James, would you like to answer?
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure. I just wanted to, before I answer the question, I wanted to thank Monalisa. I think she covered the first question 100%.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of young women, and especially single parent, they really need to learn from what she expresses.
Yeah.
Obviously about being open, because she mentioned something about 2 societies. Yeah. So we have African mentality and our kids have white people mentality. That's because technically they're white people on black skin. We're going to be honest.
Yes.
So we really need to adapt. And as humans, we have so much power in our brain to really shift our culture and adapt to a new culture.
Yeah.
Now I'm not telling parents to forget about the Africanism, but adapt, because these kids are growing up in different environment, you know. So I thank you, sister, for clarifying it and for making it all clear.
Yeah.
I think this question also relate to some of the issues that Monalisa mentioned earlier, because we really need to understand from the beginning of the problems, the foundation of the problems, like why our youth are acting or behaving the way they do.
That's so true.
What is triggering this sort of behavior? Is it mom fault? Is it dad fault? Yeah. Is it community fault? Is it environment fault? Is it educational fault? Is it financial issues fault? Yeah. Is it social issues fault? So we have so much factors that we need to narrow down and find out from there exactly what's happening.
Yeah, that's
what we're doing here is detective works. Now, you know, detective, when they find a case, they don't just go, you are guilty. No, because by law, you are innocent until you are proven guilty. Yeah. So evidence. To me, our youth as South Sudanese youth, they are innocent until we are proving them guilty. Yes. You know what I mean? So in regard to that question, yes, there are so many factors that are contributing to their behavior, because no one is born criminal. Yeah. No one is born hater. Yeah. No one is born as a thief. Yeah. No one is born as a jealousy person. All these things we learn as we grow. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the foundation of youth is to start from home. So if the home is broken, then the likelihood of that child will be high.
That's
for
true.
that person to be broken.
Yeah.
If there is a proper foundation at home that actually have a guidance to these kids, then the likelihood of this kid succeeding is very high. Now, fighting against the odds, there are single mothers who actually work hard. They fight against the odds and they create gentlemen and real women, just like Monalisa did. She actually raised her kids because she devoted her life to raise her kids. It's like she mentioned many times that she has to mix different ingredients to fan. Exactly. You know what I mean? To have the perfect cocktail. And this is what she did.
I love it.
She grabbed a little piece of information from her past. She grabbed a little piece of information from her future.
Yep.
And she grabbed a little piece of information from her present.
Yes.
And she put them all together to cook that special recipe.
Oh, wow.
And those special recipes are her kids. You know, there's something I wanted to give to young women or the women that are single. You know what I mean? In Western world, we misunderstand the definition of being independent women.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know what I mean? A lot of women in this society think because I have a Gucci bag, because I have a car, because I'm paying for my own rent, because I have my own house, I'm independent. No, sister, you're not.
It doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
You are not independent woman if you are raising kids that are going to go to jail. Now, is that your fault? It might not be. But technically, a woman that is independent is a woman with her husband and her kids, and she's raising them independently.
Wow.
If she didn't have that chance, whether her husband went overseas, whether her husband died earlier, her independency will reflect on her kids. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There is no point, if I'm a wife, or let's say if I'm a mother, there's no point me hanging around with Gucci bag and driving a Lamborghini while my kids are all locked up in jail.
That is so
I'm not
true.
independent.
Exactly.
That is so true.
You know what I mean? So these key factors, they really contribute to how you behave.
Beautiful.
Now, just to cut the long story short, we imitate our environment. You know what I mean? If you have a child that is turning 2 or 3, if you swear in front of them, the likelihood of them swearing is high because they hear the swearing word from you.
Yeah.
If you are being respectful in front of them, the likelihood of this kid being respectful is very high because you are respectful. So the recipe that we feed kids
It's how they'll turn out.
is how they turn out.
Turn out, yes.
You want to lose weight, you eat healthy. You want to put on weight, you eat rubbish. It's simple as that. Life is so simple.
True. It is.
Life is like
We
this.
just complicate
We
it.
make it so complicated
Yeah,
that this
to yourself.
has to be perfect. You know what I mean? No one is perfect. Like
Yes.
I will use myself as an example. I came to this country with no mom, with no dad.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I spread my wings as high as I can go. I can do anything I wanted to do. I can be a drug dealer. I can be a drug addict. I can be alcoholic. I can be homeless. I can be
glad
anything.
you were honest.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And
I'm a
she
witness.
been around
I
from
am
the
a
very beginning.
witness.
She understands
We used
few
to
of the
find them
challenges
in
that
the train station.
you know, there is like truthfully speaking, guys. This is not James Locke talking. This is experience talking. You know what I mean?
And myself, because I don't judge, I used to say, hi, do you want anything?
All the time. And seriously,
Would
like
you like anything?
like let's be true about ourselves.
Yeah.
There is no station in Australia that I haven't slept on. When I was growing up,
My
Yeah.
goodness.
you
And
can name it from Pakenham
never
all
have
the way
guessed that.
to Sunshine.
I would never have
You know what I
guessed
mean?
that, ever.
There is no club that we haven't got into when we were teenagers. You know what I mean? But because you have some sort of direction, you have to follow that path.
Purpose.
Now, a lot of the kids that are brought up here in the single parenting level, whether mom or dad, they lost direction on one side.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because what we need to understand, these kids, they're not kids, they have emotions.
Yeah.
Needs.
That's why my point before.
You know what I mean? And then she mentioned it earlier. They need to talk to their both parent. Now, all it takes is a simple understanding. If we put our kids forward, so we value our kids like white people do. Now, when white people go through divorce, number one priority, they value their kids.
Yeah.
They value their kids.
Yeah.
It's like
Now, they can
they're
split a couple of millions. That's fair enough. She's going to bring her judge. This is going to bring her judge. So they're going to have different lawyers. They're going to clash with money. And when they get their half, they shift their focus into
On the kids, yeah.
Because they value their kids. That's what I wanted to. This is simply answering that question.
Yes.
Us South Sudanese,
So
in order to
beautifully.
avoid our kids behaving the way they do, in order to avoid our kids getting into criminal systems rather than educational system, for us to avoid, to make sure that we have youth going to uni rather than jail, we need to value our kids.
Yeah.
We need to put our kid beyond our emotions. We need to put our kid beyond our relationships.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
Regardless of how much I hate my ex, regardless of how much you hate your ex, you need to value your kids and put them first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your ego aside, put your selfishness aside,
Yeah.
put your big head aside, come down as a man
Yeah.
and put your kid first. The same thing with women.
Lower your level.
You know what I mean?
Lower your
If you still love your man,
humble.
Yeah, being humble.
exactly, being humble. You know what I mean?
Be humble.
You know your level.
Like-
Be humble.
Yeah, that's it.
So for us to minimize the amount of kids going to jails or behaving the way they do, we really need to put our kid first.
Exactly.
It's
That
simple as
hurts
that.
my
It's
heart.
a priority.
Even you're a broke father, like me. If you're a broke father and you don't have financial support to your kids, be present.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
It's
mean?
very
Take them
important.
to the park.
Present.
It's very important.
If you have dollar in your pocket, well, I remember back in the day when what do you call it? Ice cream used to be 20 cents.
No, it's not 20 cents.
Now it's not even 20 cents. No, you can't even buy kids. You can't even buy ice cream to your kids. So if you're a broke father like me, do not let your financial situation stop you from seeing your kids.
Yes, exactly.
You can go to your ex house, ask her, let me take my kids for a walk,
Exactly.
get them ice
It's very
cream, walk
important.
around the park. Your presence is more important than putting 5,000 in their
always
account.
stay, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the only way we can actually minimize youth crime, by showing them love, supporting them in both ways, even when there is no relationship status in place.
Wow. You and Monalisa really came ready.
We're here to
tonight.
bring fire.
You guys.
It is what it is.
This
And
is-
then we needed in our community to put our hand together.
yeah,
definitely.
You
contribution.
know, hand together, not with the funeral.
Nah, not only
That is a
funerals.
big no.
Yeah.
Because if your child today is in jail, there is some of the kids, 3 years, 4 years, nobody know about them.
Or where they are.
5 years, they don't know about them.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true.
And this is a broken heart to the community.
Like on one of the episodes that we've actually conducted at the start of the Voices of South Sudanese Women, we spoke about supporting young men and women who are in prisons, because I myself had someone close to me that was in prison, and that was the first time I've actually ever gone to prison and realized how crazy it is in there, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically.
It breaks you into
So
pieces, trust me.
It does. Especially mentally. You just get very mentally exhausted. So in regards to what Monalisa and James have mentioned, it is very important for us as a community to take things in. Like, don't just look at individuals and think that it's nothing that they're talking about, because this is the time for us as a community to really bring awareness. I feel like, we've been sleeping for too long, and
Yes.
the time is now. Our alarm has to be turned off. It can't keep ringing. So I am very happy that we're able to actually, discuss these type of issues that are happening. And if you are a single parent, just know that your life does not stop there.
100%.
I had to observe my own mother, Rebecca, raised me and my two siblings without a father. And I'm absolutely proud of where I am today. And for a single parent to actually raise me up, respect to our single mothers.
Power to woman,
Power
100%.
to women.
I agree with that.
Respect to our single parents, because they're doing a very difficult job. And let's keep in mind that they too are human beings. They have emotions. They will have times where they want to give up. So us as children, as young people,
exactly.
Yeah,
we need to
100%.
make it easy for them. Let's just try and meet in the middle and have a balance. So in regards to that, we have one last question and then we'll wrap it up. And that one is in regards to, can dysfunctional families contribute to youth misbehavior in the community? I think you've mentioned that in the last question. You have,
Yeah, I have. But,
You've
I'll
mentioned-
let Monalisa touch on it a little. What does a broken family do to kids? Because when we say broken family, we're talking about parents who don't communicate properly.
Yeah.
Parents who don't come on the table
Yeah.
for the sake of their kids. And I'm pretty sure she have experienced it, not because the father might not want to be there, but because of the distance.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of women in our community who actually live with their husbands, but they're still living as single parent because of the lack of support. You know what I mean? So in our community, just because a woman has a husband at home, it does not really guarantee that she's happy or she's getting support. So a lot of men really need to understand that our support to women is not an option. It's a responsibility.
It is.
You know what I mean? So I'll give it to Monalisa to express it a little bit. What are the difficulties that she faced
Yeah.
on a broken family or a family where the father is not present. So if there's a single mother that is in her place now, how can she cope with it and how can she get out of that situation?
Perfect. Thank you, James. We'll pass it to Mon.
Actually, to me, I take the life very easy, First, it was tough because the father of the kids, when he was here, he's a very lovely man. He loved his kids. He take his kid to basketball, take them to soccer, and all these things. I'm a housewife. I used to cook. I love cooking. All these things.
Yeah, man, she cooked delicious food.
Yeah. So when he left, actually, I was in a trauma. You know, when you traumatize of something,
100%.
I was. Because I feel myself, one side of me is gone.
100%.
Part of you.
100%.
Part of me is gone. You know, like they say, like, is God make two people,
Yeah.
you know? So, and then it take me years, that wound to heal up, you know? So when it take me years, that wound to heal up, I try my best for him to bring him back. Then he said, South Sudan, politics, actually, this is the worst thing in this.
It destroy a
in
lot
our
of kids.
community.
That's another topic within itself.
That is destroy a lot of things. That's why I say for my first talk before, I say, oh, I didn't think like I'm going to leave my husband or my husband is going to leave me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You thought it was going to be there.
So now he's my best friend. He's not my husband. Because already live, everybody have to move on. For 15 years, you
100%.
can't wait for something, you know?
Even Jesus is tied.
I can say it clearly. As a single mom, you know, I take my decision. Because the decision have to come on you,
Yeah.
you know? So it's for the community. They have to understand there is something different between the politics and there is something between family.
Yeah.
100%.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
But it's the first thing in the South Sudanese community.
Especially
is
men.
the politics.
Yeah,
is the
especially
first
men.
thing.
I agree with that. I'm putting my hands up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's their
So the
focus.
first thing is, which is like you can spend time with your wife. Yeah, what happened today? Yeah, Riek Machar, Salva Kiir, yeah. Oh, there is a fighting today. All these things.
my
is-
There is no hi, how are you, darling? I miss you so much. Nothing. It's just
Me, I'm
politics.
a politician too. Because when you have a
crazy.
business,
Yeah.
business is part of politics.
Yeah.
Because you have to have your customer,
You
Yeah.
have to have your network as
Yeah.
well.
your network, but it have to be a good
Connections.
network.
Yeah.
Not network killing people. Or not network destroying life.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what's happening.
Because our home, there is no door. Anything can come and attack you, you know, in a different way.
Yeah.
You know, you have lots of enemy, you know. So the enemy can come, which is you don't know, is which one is enemy. Is my enemy or is the husband enemy?
Yeah.
You know. So that's what I'm saying. In our community, we have to, but the community is you have to do it in your house.
Start from home.
Yeah.
Because I used to be in the community. I used to help community. I'm in one of the offices in the community, but I do give up. I gave up because when I see I'm losing my kids, number one, I'm losing my house.
Number 2.
Number 3, I'm losing my job because I don't have time for them.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't have time for myself. So I have time for the meetings. I have time for nonsense, they say. It's not a nonsense, but I can say nonsense because something's taking you apart from your family.
It's
Yeah.
nonsense.
It's nonsense.
Family comes
It
first.
is. Yeah.
You get
No
me?
matter what.
Family come first. That's why I say our kids, we need to do something calling like a teamwork gathering for mental health.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the mental health is killing our kids.
It is. We need
So
to
they
talk
say like
about
when
things.
you are in stress, me I can tell you I have a stress, but it's a shame to us.
Trust me, I have plenty of it. They are for sale too. You want to buy
Yeah,
some?
they say it's a big shame when you say you have a mental problem.
Yeah.
You have a mental health.
They think you are weak.
They say that's it.
You're weak.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Young,
weak.
young Maroy.
You have stress. Again, young.
Alaro chiyong chiyong.
You know?
What do you want?
يعني خلاص انت خلاص دير تموت انت بقيت مجنون.
Alaro James Locke you with the jig.
So you say, oh, you know this one because the husband and all this thing, you know. But we need to help ourselves. You know, I do have stress, but I have to take my stress out on my own self,
Yeah.
on my own way.
Not on the kids.
You know,
Yeah.
on the kids.
Yeah.
I used to take it on my kids.
Of course.
Because I love my husband. Because when you love something, you have to do it against it.
Yeah.
But I put question mark. I say no. The kids are innocent.
100%.
You know.
I wish if all women things like you.
What
trust
I
me.
do,
It would be fantastic.
what I do, I have to have communication with him.
Yeah.
I call him. I put my stress on him on the phone.
Done.
And I tell them, your dad is not a bad father.
Yeah.
But he have
But privately,
bad luck of.
privately you
Responsibility.
give it to him publicly. Yeah.
No. You have to say, where is your dad? Where is your husband weak?
Women are so
my
smart.
husband is a very good husband. You know, we
Yeah.
share lots of love together.
Yeah.
But the Sudanese community responsibility is very bad.
100%.
100%. You know? Like,
It is.
they don't want to work. Me, I'm a hard worker. Even if he can hear that, he will know.
Yeah, definitely.
And sometimes when he's in South Sudan, he can say, I have the most beautiful woman. I have a
Hardworking,
lovely
I agree.
woman.
He
He's
knows
always
you.
there. He say like, my woman. So if people call, oh, your woman, she's bad woman, she's do that. He said, no, it's not the woman I know. You know?
Yeah,
But there is
100%.
something there which is a little bit of gap. That gap is because of the kids. You have to fill it up as a father. You have to fill it up. The love of the father is not because just you bring $100,000 to your kids. No. Love of father, like I have one of my kids, I sent it to Africa because of his dad. To good 3 years, I take him. And I'm the one paying the money. I tell him I don't have any problem. Only just the thing I want, you have to go and visit him in boarding school.
Yeah.
That's
And he did that. But because the social media and all these things, friends from here, they tell him, oh, your mom, she's abusing you. And all this thing, you know. So I don't want my son something to be happen to him, you know.
not at all.
Yeah, but his dad,
Like,
responsibility, he doesn't want, you know.
I think I think you brought up a very good point, because it's pretty hard because even myself, because I grew up with a parent, I understand the gravity of growing up in dysfunctional families that are,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? Because what we don't understand is the stress that we put in our head, we transfer it to the kids.
To the
Yeah.
kids, yeah.
A happy house, like they said, happy wife, happy life.
that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The same thing, happy relationship, you will have happy kids.
Happy kids.
Now, and we keep going back to the white society in the Western world, you know what I mean? You need to sacrifice your own needs to satisfy your kids' needs. Now, let's say she's my wife. We're arguing in a room. Suddenly, kids walked in. It's straight away, if we care about our kids' life and we value their life, we'll change our arguments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You change the topic.
We'll change
Yeah.
the topic, we'll act like nothing's going on.
Like nothing's going on.
Because if you have flower at your backyard, if you don't water it, it's not going to grow.
Yeah.
The same thing with your kids.
Yeah.
If you have kids in the house and you don't really look after them in a way where you need, and that's what a lot of single mother are really struggling with, emotional control. You know what I mean? Because the father's not there, left you with a lot of kids, and now you're dealing with kids that are no longer from the same mindset that you came from.
Yeah.
So you're finding it so difficult. Bro, I don't remember the last time my mom said, I love you. It never happens. And that's how she was raised. They're not emotionally connected to their kids. You know what I mean? Not because they don't love us, but because they're not in that culture. Now, we came to Western world where you need to kiss your kids. You need to say, I love you. You need to
Give
do
them a
this.
cuddle.
Because if you don't do that, they're going to hear it from other kids.
They will.
You know what I mean? And that's why dysfunctional families is really affecting our youth behavior on the street.
Yeah.
Because we're not building a foundation of love from home.
No.
You know what I
And
mean?
everything happens at home, to be
Yeah,
honest.
everything starts from home.
Everything starts at home. Dysfunctional for me, like within our South Sudanese community, a lot of our homes are very dysfunctional.
They're all broken.
A lot.
It's all broken.
There's a lot of broken homes, and the reason for that is because many of us young people, if your mother or father is not showing you love within the house, you will go out there onto the streets
Exactly.
and find love within drugs, within alcohol, within a lot of different things.
Wrong social connection.
Wrong people, you know. So with me, I knew that a lot of these things, they start from home. So the only way we could be able to fix it is by really focusing on our homes, our families, and on ourselves individually. So in regards to this, I would like to just say a massive thank you to yourself, Monalisa, for actually having the courage, you know, for after a rough year with everything that you've been through with the loss of my brother as well. I'm really proud of you and where you're at. today. You deserve everything God can provide to you and your family. So I hope to see you more. I hope to hear your perspectives. I hope to hear your voice within our community, because you are a woman that is destined to speak about these type of things. In regards to you, James, I'd also like to say a massive thank you for actually taking time to come into the studio. You guys are very busy outside within your own work life, personal life. So I do really appreciate the fact that both of you guys were able to take the time and the energy to come into the studio tonight. If there's an opportunity down the track for me to have a one-on-one interview with you guys, we'll definitely get onto that.
We'd love to. We'd love to. Or we can come back again together. We are a strong team.
Because there's a lot to talk about. And once again, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Matapa Media for always putting in so much time and energy. You guys really need to find out who this boss is, because honestly, he's doing such a great job just by providing this opportunity for us. And once again, to all our viewers, I would just like to say a massive thank you for your feedbacks, your positive comments, and for honestly just watching every video, sharing it, liking it, and everything in between. So I would like to say thank you for taking the time to tune in on the Voices of South Sudanese Women, episode 8 on single parenting, and all the stuff to do with our youth and everything that's happening within our community. And please stay tuned for episode 9. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Great
I
to be here,
appreciate
man.
it. It's my first time to come out today, so thank you so much.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. Much love.